Hi, I'm Dr. JoAnn Dahlkoetter here with Shannon Rowbury in Moscow in Russia. And Shannon, I know you're two-time Olympian, and we've worked together through the Olympics, and this is your third World Championship. You're world bronze medalist, and it's really exciting that you're in Moscow right now, ready to do the World Championships.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's my first time doing the 5K at the World Champs, so it should be a great kind of new frontier for me.
Yeah, so are you, I know we've worked together through the Olympics and the Nationals and Worlds. I just wondered if you could talk about the value of mental training, how important mental training is in your performances.
Yeah, mental training has been a really big asset for me ever since college. I worked with with someone at Duke, and it really helped me to kind of take my running to the highest level. And so as a professional, having someone like yourself to kind of help me work through some of the mental challenges that come with, competing at the highest level in the world, and to kind of prepare myself as well mentally as I do physically. It's been really helpful in, kind of keeping me consistent, and helping me to, over the last 5-6 years, make every U.S. team and make all but one final and come home with a medal in the highest place ever in the Olympics. And, I'm really proud of what I've accomplished so far, and the mental training has been a big part of it.
Yeah, that's great. I know we've done a lot of MP3s together, and how do you use the mental training we've done with your training?
Yeah, working with you and having the MP3s was something that was new to me, and I really liked having that tool. Having the MP3s available to use after our sessions were over. My favorite time to use it is right before the race. 30 minutes before I start my warm-up, I'll kind of listen to one of the MP3s that we've made together, and it's a great way for me to kind of do my mental warm-up before my physical warm-up begins. But I'll also use the MP3s before bed, or if I'm having, just a tough moment, or I'm feeling like doubts. It's a great way to kind of like bring myself back to center and, kind of refocus on my goals.
Yeah, exactly. And I know with the Nationals, to make it to Worlds, I just thought I should do something to help Shannon, get ready for the Nationals, and send you that MP3 kind of right in between your two events, right?
Yeah, it was actually an MP3 for the 1500, but after I had a rough 1500 meter race, and I just barely missed making the top three, and so there was a big question mark whether I would qualify in the 1500 or not, and so I decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to come back the next day, and it was, the conditions were not ideal. It was hot and humid, and the race had been scheduled for 3 p.m. in Des Moines, Iowa in the summer, so there were a lot of variables that were not in my favor, but I was able to pull out that MP3 during the warm-up. I listened to it twice in a row, and kind of helped remind me of all those things that I should be confident in, and kind of helped keep me in my zone and my space. So it was a great tool to kind of add to my toolbox, if you will, to prepare for such an important race.
And that was the 5,000 meters, right? And
that's correct.
Yeah, and then you ended up making the team, right?
I did, yeah. I came back I had been gapped a little bit. The kind of 2 rounds of the 1500 and the heat wore on me a little, plus the emotional drain from the day before. But, with about 200 meters to go, I was in 6th with a little bit of a gap between me and the top 3. But that last 100 meters, I was able to kind of pull it together and have a good kick, and ended up, securing my spot for Moscow.
Yeah, I was watching your race, and it just, I mean, you were way back there, and it just seemed like it was impossible for you to make it, and then just like, oh, like magic. It was amazing that you were able to, just, have this tremendous, kick at the end. That was great.
Yeah, I think in some of the longer races it can be, the longer the race, the more mental it can become, and so it was, really important for me going into that 5K, even though I was disappointed from the 1500 result the day before, to carry my confidence with me and to remember all of my assets and my strengths and, go just lay it out there, in the 5K and just give it, everything I had. And so, I was really happy with the result.
Yeah, that's great. So now you're in, Moscow and ready to do the, either 1500 or 5000, right?
I think the decision has been made for the 5000 meters. Going to be doing my first 5K at Worlds in a few days' time.
Yeah, well, that's great. Do you, and it seems like you've really gotten to, we worked on mental toughness and, that endurance part of it, and it seems like it's really, that's I think with, with the 5000, it seems like it's more of a mental race, don't you think? And that the work that we've done can really help with that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's 3 times the distance than I'm accustomed to racing, and so that's more than 3 times the amount of time where you can, get tired or have doubts or, anything, who knows. So I think, making sure I go in with a good head on my shoulders is even more important as I compete in these longer races.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, I'm excited for you, and we'll continue working together here. And now you've got a whole library of these MP3s we've made, right?
Yeah, I have a whole playlist, so they're all at my disposal whenever I may need them.
That's great. Yeah. So, thanks, Shannon, and we'll keep talking here in a minute.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Thanks, Dr. Dr. JoAnn.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck in Moscow. Okay.